Eternity for our moment. A young girl in Holland in the fall of 1488 carries potatoes in her apron, walking slowly against a dark sky streaked with the pale yellow of dawn. Never known to any of us, yet somehow gave birth to all of us, this girl, in the magic of the rising and falling of her breast, as she looked with lonely eyes toward everything she knew. How she sought to rise at dawn, with painful fingers and a heart that ached so deeply it could not be felt. Yet she hesitated in the early morning light to watch two swallows soar and wheel from the tower's gray, dark gray, against the light gray sky. How she felt her hunger pangs for all of us. How she looked at her reflection in the fountain's pool to hope for beauty that would help her life and ours. To teach us how to weave our lives through time and space in the gray light of bleak winters to help us to survive. The fulfillment in warm rooms or in cold areas behind the house where it was not to be celebrated as the glorious pitch of all life in that year, shielded from us later by 500 icy winters. Yet this taught us how to love and give birth to all adversity, as we would arrange for generations 100 years from now. And so it is with you, my dear, who came together with one of our great crossroads of my life and yours by almost foolish chance. And no matter how we were shaped and left emotionally mute from our childhood, yet how our wistful struggles showed the hidden way to fragments of happiness, ecstasy we could hardly measure. And because of our parents, we could not relish and save that single moment for the sake of our eternity, that single moment for the sake of our eternity. Like all the other single moments dreamed near potato fields in ancient shaded Holland dawns, so meant to light our path and let the gods see where we were before we were dissolved again into the air. Your dear face, so much a lighted shadow of humankind, to say we all are everyone at last, even though our love fades and cowers in old doorways to stay inside and not venture out to paint a picture once and for all of the glorious image of our world. Our laughter when we look toward each other late at night, in the shade at midday, and again in the next afternoon, the symbol of everything seen everywhere and through 20 centuries to show the paths to others, in other nights, in other thunderstorms, in other glorious flowered days. All this from you and me being for our moment, the you and me of eternity for our moment, and not to be paled by others in that moment, in other villages nearby on other worlds, on other continents, on other solar systems we do not see but know are there. And so it is you and me, our crescendo, and that marks our part in it all, even though it fades and becomes pale and almost silent with disbelief. What we feel the most when we look back and see what was and what might have been. And so, if only we had remembered instead the dear young girl of 1488, who in her moment gave us ours, the key to all the riddles. the integrity of all breathing, of all laughter, of all sharing in the days and nights, and the embraces and afternoons of every century. June 1992.